What age did you get your first phone?
I got my first phone at the age of 11.
I got my first phone in 6th grade.
When I was in about 7th grade.
13.
I think it was around 12.
Would you say that you're addicted to social media / texting?
Yes.
Yes.
It's a yes and a no.
Yes.
I would say I'm definitely addicted to texting.
All of the following participants were born in the 1990s, which means when the iPhone got released in 2007, there was an increase in touch phones, causing many to buy one, allowing an easier way to text and call. This also created an easy way to start social media platforms like Snapchat and Facebook. All of the participants said they were addicted to social media or texting, so if they got their phones in their teens, what about kids today who are getting them at the ages of 8 and 9? Social media and texting both have positive and negative effects. Some positive effects are recovery. In 2016, the Department of Psychology at Azusa Pacific University did a study with 80 youths ages 12 to 20 who were recovering from substance abuse. An experiment using 4 methods of daily text was conducted, and the methods were monitoring, giving feedback, or reminders or educational information. The hypothesis was that with the more text they received, the better their behavior would be. They had an assessment after 1 week, 3 months, 6 months, and 9 months. Results showed that those who stayed with the program for 6 to 9 months sustained the effects of staying clean. No change in communication. In 2015, the African department that focuses on Southern African linguistics took 56 kids ages 11 through 13 and put them in front of 2 advertisements, one that was in Textese, which is the texting language, while the other one was written out word for word. They observed the kids to see if they understood the message of both advertisements, which they did. In conclusion, the research showed that normal communication is not lost and Textese is becoming more universal. In another study done in 2016, the department that specializes in communication or education in the Netherlands observed a group of 10 to 13-year-olds. They observed the effects texting has on their grammar, and the conclusions of this research showed that the kids were still very capable of using grammar, and if anything, they were better at it. Microplanning. In 2017, an American psychologist who studied digital communication concluded from his research that platforms like Instagram, Snapchat, and normal texting are a positive tool for people who have a busy schedule. Kids are easily capable of setting up get-togethers while also keeping up with the clubs and other activities that they are involved in, making life easier. Some negative effects are unable to handle emotion. In 2015, a study was done by a therapist who had a patient come in at the age of 15. The patient showed random aggression and was difficult to communicate with during sessions because she would just be on her phone. The therapist did lots of research, and on a day where the patient opened up, the therapist diagnosed her with alexithymia, which means she has difficulty in expressing and describing emotions. The therapist connected this to social media and texting, since it is such a different way to communicate that many feelings get lost online. Due to your family situation, you could be more prone. Research conducted in 2018 at Brigham University took 425 participants ages 13 through 18 and identified them as perpetuals, decreasers, moderates, or increasers in their texting habits. They concluded that adolescents spend about 9 hours a day either texting or browsing social media. It was shown that girls from a single-parent family send more texts than boys from two-parent families. The research also connected higher levels of texting to higher rates of depression, anxiety, and aggressive behavior, claiming that texting was becoming like a substance addiction. Attachment. In 2014, a study was done at Utah State University with 100 adolescents. 57 out of the 100 ages 9 through 11 showed insecurity without their phones. Attachment to cell phones has created an attachment to texting and social media. Without feeling constantly connected to something leaves the feeling of being lonely and insecure. Phones are starting to hold psychological meaning as something that holds numerous connections. A form of punishment is taking away a cell phone, but it might cause the owner of the phone to be more upset than they should due to the psychological attachment to the phone. Sexting. In 2015, research was done by a man who has 9 published journals that relate to laws that cover difficult subjects. He claims that the ability to easily sext is disrupting childhood innocence. Pictures are easily able to be circulated online, meaning that they can easily get exposed and saved by many people. Having explicit pictures exposed online is one of the many reasons people of young age commit suicide. Overall, it is a negative effect on the community and destabilizes the conception of gender, sexuality, and childhood innocence. Females. In 2016, the author of American Girl, Social Media, and the Secret Life of Teenagers noticed troubling effects of females online. She learned that they were supposed to live up to a certain image, which was causing unnecessary pressure on adolescents whose bodies hadn't even developed fully yet. Social media allows for negative comments on pictures to be posted, and many females create group chats exposing others. She stresses that there is a need for positive behavior of females on social websites and when they're texting. Some solutions that I think would combat these negative effects is to wait a few years before giving a kid a phone, or wait until the kid is fully developed to receive a phone, to access social media and texting. Another solution is just to let technology run its course and deal with the consequences as they come. In conclusion, there are many positive and negative effects that social media and texting have on adolescents, but it is important to notice signs of addiction because the issue will just keep growing because technology keeps growing. I urge you to spread the word with friends, family, especially your kids, and let them know that you will always be there behind a screen or not.